Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. And if you watched my last build, the starter home in Tartosa, you may or may not remember that I mentioned I had started a resort build. This is it. So we are starting on this today, and the first little bit of footage was from that day that I had started it. It does change a little bit, but this is the basic shape. It's just a nice little quote-unquote luxury resort. Like, it's not overly fancy, it's like slightly family friendly, but I think it's pretty fancy considering. And it has 4 rooms upstairs and 2 rooms downstairs, and there's also a large shared like dining and kitchen space, which also leads out to this back deck here. And then the back deck kind of wraps around a little pool, and there's some lounge chairs, and obviously it's pretty close to the beach. It's not quite beachfront property because you cannot make rentals on beachfront property, but that's okay because it's super duper close, and like your Sims have no problem just walking off lot and going to the beach and then coming right back. There's no loading screen or anything, so no big deal. I use this siding here for the outside in this blue color. I don't think I've ever really used it outside, like maybe for an accent wall, but I decided this was a good one. So the wallpaper and the columns and also the foundation is like that black lava rock, and then I use these spandrels as well, are all from Island Living. I used a lot of Island Living and also a lot of For Rent and some other packs just sprinkled in there because I couldn't help myself. I have to overuse packs. I can't help it. Okay, I'm sorry. But some more spandrels and friezes and all that fun stuff. And then I do end up making this like a wraparound porch so that even if like your Sim is not staying here and they're just visiting the lot, they can still walk around and enjoy like the amenities a little bit and get into like the shared spaces and go to the beach. I think it came out really cute. I did struggle with the roofing a little bit on top. Like the side roofing pretty much came together nice and easy, and then I did give all the roofing a slight pitch too in the end after I moved these columns around because I couldn't quite decide if I wanted them all to line up upstairs or not, or if I wanted this side to also be a porch. Obviously I did decide this side should have a porch so I extended everything over, had to add more columns. Now here is the roofing for the top of the building. It took me a while to figure out because I didn't know exactly what I was going for, but I did just take all the gabled roofs and kind of layered them on each other, and then I rose them up a little bit. I added the roof tiles, and the roof swatches helped me a lot because once I could see that, I could kind of envision what I was going for. And I did look at a bunch of different reference pictures just on Google, and I even thought about putting in some little like dormer, like fake dormer windows, but I decided against that. So I just kind of angled the roof slightly, and I also did that to the pitched roofs on the other side too. And also this little like roof decoration from the For Rent pack. You'll see it here, it's in blue, but I do end up changing it because they get deleted later, and I forgot what color I had originally made them, so I just went with the dark wood instead, and I thought that they stood out just a little bit more. And then we were trying to figure out what kind of windows and flooring we were going to use because I was trying to get a basic feel on where I was going with this. Again, this was my first day of trying this, and I was a little overwhelmed when I saw the size of everything. So I don't normally build something this big, but no, I think it came out really, really cute. So here I just moved those upstairs rooms over a little bit. The little boxes that are in those rooms end up being the bathrooms, and upstairs is all just copies of themselves. And I also took these stairs here and put them inside. I figured we would have a double staircase, one on either side to the upstairs, and just adding some lighting so that when I came back to it, I would already have that all set up. I thought that was important. And then I also wanted to add the upstairs doors and just kind of get a feel for how the rooms were going to be laid out. I also used this lovely little like sliding barn door kind of thing for the bathroom entrances, and I do end up changing the swatches on those up here because I wanted it to be slightly different than downstairs. And then of course some big like sunny windows out to their little covered back decks. So the downstairs rooms are actually much more, I would say, luxurious because they have a lot more space. They also lead directly to the back deck of the hotel that then leads out to the beach and the pool area, and I think that they are much more luxurious. But these are more like typical hotel rooms. I would say they have like the 2 double beds and the bathroom that's slightly split up so that you can, have one sim using the toilet and one sim showering, and nobody will get embarrassed because they're, in each other's space. But down here is slightly bigger and a little bit more expanded. Like there's a separate bedroom enclosed. It's not just a little space off to the side that has 2 beds in it. So down here is those rooms I was talking about. I just kind of mirror image them on either side here, and then I do end up adding a little bump out on either of them, which ends up being the bedroom for each. And this is the shared kitchen space. It jumps very quickly because I did not feel like going through all of that footage and editing it. Honestly, it took me so long, and I just really wanted to get this up. But I do use a lot of island living, including the upper cabinets. And the wall tile, I think, is from Courtyard Oasis, and then the floor tile is from For Rent. And then these dining tables in here and chairs are also from Island Living. And I just think that they are so cute, and they really lend themselves to like the island feel. They have like the volcanic rock tabletops and the thatched chairs, and I just really like that. So really trying to lean into that tropical vibe. And then we have some wallpaper that is stereotypical tropical, and I just had to use it. So just in this dining area is this green and pinkish and dark wood tone wallpaper. And then we have some hanging fish lights from the For Rent pack, and I really thought they were cute, so I put them above each table. And then I added some rugs down here. These ones are from Laundry Day. I used the brown swatch just because I wanted it to kind of match the color scheme I was going for. I didn't want to use a super bright color. I wanted everything to be kind of muted and just relaxed. And then this flooring, just continuing that, it is also from Island Living. And then also this wallpaper here that I'm putting on the bulk of the downstairs. And then here I decided to cut out this little piece, make my life a little easier, and also give the build a nicer shape. So down here we cut out this little piece that is right in front of the stairs and just give them like a little hallway to each of these like suites that are down here. These are the bigger rooms for sure, and they're really, really nice. There's one room that has a child's bed in it, or it's not really a child's bed, it's a single bed, so you could have your child or teen stay there, but I kind of geared it more towards being for a child. There's like a toy box. It's really cute, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm a little ahead of myself. Here we're just making the entryway, so I'd put a little desk down from Island Living, and then I made these little half wall like frame right here, and then I added some spandrels. And I got rid of that front half wall, obviously, but I just needed it there so I could throw the spandrels in, and made a little like concierge desk with a little desk chair and a little book to sign in, and also a cute little lamp, which came with Island Living. It's this one. I didn't know if I used the Snow Escape one. For a second, I really thought I did. But no, the plant is from For Rent, and the lamp was from Island Living, as is this hanging lamp right here in the middle. I was trying to get rid of as many of the saucer lights as I could and replace them with actual like fun hanging lights, although I did need them in like the kitchen area. It was just too dark for me, so I had to kind of move them around and just adjust the lighting. And then also I added some more windows out here. So these windows are all from Island Living here in the front with the slatted windows and then the flat glass. They are up a little too high here, so you'll see me move them down later. And then off to this side, I use these lovely open shuttered windows in a different wood tone, because this whole place is kind of mixed wood tones. It's like this honey wood tone and then light wood tone and also dark. It's very mix and match with the wood tones, I think. And I thought about using this door from For Rent, but instead I went with the base game one that came with the For Ranch. I almost said came with the Horse Ranch update. Oh my gosh. And then here's the bedroom windows. I kind of made it look like they open, but they really don't. They're just windows. They're not a door. But I wanted it to give that feel. And then changing the bathroom tiles and just kind of getting a feel for what I want. Everything in here is from Island Living, except for the toilet and also the little divider there on the wall. Those are from Snowy Escape. But I think they go together really well. And then this base game mirror on the wall. And that's pretty much it for the bathroom for now. I just wanted to get the basic setup together. And here I am deciding where the living area was going to go, where the little mini kitchenette was going to go. This unit I decided would be for the owner of the unit, so maybe they live here full time and they maintain everything, because when you have 5 other units plus your own to take care of, I can imagine that living off the lot would be difficult, if to say the least. You'd have a long way to travel to get here if something catastrophic happened, which happened. It's been happening in my builds a lot. My for rent little family that I made, where I use the little house, the little greenhouse with the attached rental. We keep having explosive malfunctions of the stove, which is super fun. So I would assume if that happened, the owner of this property would want to be here. You wouldn't want to leave that unattended for too long. But here we are in the bedroom after I got done all my talking. I used this base game lamp. It kind of looks like a jellyfish in here. I thought it was really cute. And then I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the walls, because I did know I wanted to use carpet in the bedroom because it is a hotel, and I've never been to a hotel where the bedroom space or the bed space does not have carpet. So that was my whole plan. Maybe I haven't been to a fancy enough hotel, but that's probably the case. In here, I wanted there to be carpet in the bedroom. So at first I went with this blue carpet and the like tannish kind of yellow sunny wallpaper. It's just very plain. And then I scaled up this painting that came with base game. I think it's unlockable, I believe. And then in here, we decided to use the for rent wallpaper in this blue and white swatch, and then I pick out the for rent rug as well. I really think it's nice and tropical and like peaceful in here. It's very blue. It's very bright. It's very tranquil. There's lots of plants. Here's a big one here in the corner. And then I think I just pull out another one, this one here. And I decided to actually put that out here in the main entryway. I believe I may also put them outside. I'm not 100% sure. But first, we are still back to this room. We're pulling out some end tables to put next to the couch right here, and also a repeat of the lamp from the front lobby. And then over here, I decided to use this enormous coffee table that I never have the opportunity to use because it's enormous. But it fits really well in here. And that's pretty much as far as I got for that part. But I had to come back in and adjust and change the lighting. I used this one from Desert Luxe, the Desert Luxe kit. I very much like that one. It's kind of, they're like little hanging baskets. It's kind of tropical, kind of boho. It works. And one more little palm potted plant right over here. And then I'm trying to figure out the orientation of everything. I knew I wanted a lot of plants, the tropical vibe, nice and relaxed, but I couldn't quite decide how far that was going to go. Also, that little shelf is from Cool Kitchen stuff, and it's very, very handy if you have a wall where you want to put like a cabinet, but you don't want it to be a traditional cabinet. I find that it's really nice. It has like some tea and coffee on it, and I also have the new kettle on the countertop of the kitchenette, so I thought that having the teas up there would make a lot of sense. Then I'm trying to figure out what else I'm doing in here. So I wanted to add these debug paintings. These are actually photos you can take if your sim is snorkeling. You can like take those photos, or if your sim works in the, what is the career that came with Island Living? Not the lifeguard. There's another career where you can actually unlock those and you'll earn them from your job. So I thought that would be nice to like hang them up on the wall. Nice tropical paintings from the local beaches. And then I add some rugs. Here's one in the small sitting area, I would say. I guess it's not really a living space. I guess it's a living space. It's not the TV living space though. And then I do end up moving that dining table over up against the wall later on, which you might notice. And I think that little space is just like cute and perfect, just, simple. Because keep in mind, these are hotel rooms. So I didn't want too much clutter. I didn't want it to be too overly done, because in my mind, your sim, when they're staying here, because it's a hotel, they would be bringing their own like stuff. There wouldn't be like hanging clothes everywhere, and there wouldn't be a bunch of personal photos and a bunch of different paintings and stuff. I would think that this is like a low maintenance, easy to maintain hotel room. So everything is pretty much the same. And then in the bathroom, just threw in my favorite bathroom clutter stuff. Over here in front of the door, I threw down a large space rug in front of the door to keep, sand from coming inside. And then over here, we're just decorating the hallway. So I threw down this plant that's actually from Dine Out. And then the standing light is from Island Living as well. Added one more window to the corner and one little welcome mat in front of the door. So in front of all the doors, there's pretty much a welcome mat there because I think that, that makes sense. And then out here on the front deck, we have some hanging plants that are like mounted to the wall. I thought that lended, to the tropical aesthetic of what we were going for. And then I also wanted to add a railing and fence to the front porch. I used the same railing from the stairs inside, which is from Island Living, and then these lovely hanging lanterns that came with For Rent are over here on this front deck seating area. Again, use the couch and chairs that came with Island Living. They came with a lot of furnishing for Island Living, and I don't get to use a lot of it very often because it is very tropical, and I don't really mess around with tropical builds all that much unless I'm doing something for like a mermaid or I have a specific family in mind, but this isn't normally something I would pick out. So I really enjoyed using them here. I try to use as much of the pack as I possibly could. So I use a lot of the lighting. I think I actually use all of the lighting except that really ornate looking torch, and also more rugs from Laundry Day. I just kind of move the chairs around to fit in this space, and then I just kind of layer the rugs together, and I think that looks really nice. And then adding more plants. So here's this big palm again from inside, and then another plant. That plant is from For Rent, that like fern plant. And out here you can see me struggling to figure out this platform situation. So I wanted like a little step down to a lowered platform, and then the pergolas, the covered pergolas for your sim to sunbathe under. So I had to figure that out. It took me a second. I cut out a lot of my struggle, but here's a little bit of my struggle. And then I wanted it to be kind of like have a little bit of room in the front. I wanted there to be like the same shape on either side. I just, I was trying to keep it very uniform and a little bit symmetrical, but not overly symmetrical. So it was challenging. If you guys have built any resorts or island builds in general, please let me know and link your gallery ID, because that way I can check out your builds, because I don't think I'm that good at it, but I really did try my best. I really did try my best to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and make something, that's not just the typical family home kind of thing. So first you can see here I have 2 steps down to the beach level, but I do end up getting rid of those stairs and instead just adding another like platform all the way across to each other, and then the pool ends up being in the middle. These lounge chairs from Island Living are perfect for this, so I just kind of line them up, and I use this little table from Bloomin' Rooms. Again, not something I get to use very often, so I was excited about it. The little candle is from For Rent, and then I think on all the tables I also add a little sunblock on each table, just a little bottle of sunblock, because that makes sense to me. And your Sims actually do need to put on sun protection if they're out sunbathing, so make sure that you tell your Sims to put on their sunscreen. It's very important. We don't want any Sim sunburn. And then here's just a lot of landscaping, so I added these lovely flowering bushes, and then this low-lying like Hawaiian grass that came with this pack. Now this is the debug one, I think. No, this is not the debug one. There's also a debug one, but this one is the real one, because that was before I realized that I didn't have my debug and live edit things on yet. And then adding some of these lovely little torch lights. I put them pretty much all over the place. I kind of just scatter them throughout, and I just move them to where they, fit nicely. And then I also add here's this little platform now. I also add a whole bunch of like palm trees and just low-lying bushes, and here's the pool though. And then I also put out some towels on the little beach area next to the pool, and also a little covered spot for the kiddie pool, which will pop up later when I'm going through the kids stuff. And then here I'm just repeating on this side the same setup with the chairs and the table and the lamp, and also the sunblock will be popping up any second now. I think I have to go all the way over here and grab it, and then I zoom right back and then I just place them on all the tables. And I do change the color swatch a little bit just to give it some more interest. I thought that it was fun. But here's the pool now, me painting it and putting up the edging here from Jungle Adventure. And also, I was thinking about adding pool floaties, but I decided to keep it simple because it is, like I said, it's a hotel pool. And I did add some detail to the pool, so I added these little drains. I added a bunch of lights later on off camera, but I was really trying to give it like this very fancy looking feel to it. So I used the Courtyard Oasis wallpaper and floor tile here, and I did a nice little pattern on the bottom of the pool. And now you'll see I am just going in with the terrain paint, and I'm trying to mix up the color of the sand because I wanted there to be some darker sand up underneath the bushes. I think I do end up adding some dirt texture as well, but mostly I wanted it to be sand and sandy and like fun and tropical, and not so much dirt like I typically use in my family homes. I was trying to, like I said, trying to step out of the box ever so slightly. And then I also add these lovely like low-lying purple flowers, and I think they're so pretty. I think I just put them over here, and I do change them to white. Here are some more palm trees. We have these tall ones. One of them has lights all over it, and it is right in the front there on either side of the platform space. And then I have some short ones and some big ones. Now in the front there also ends up being some palm trees, and some of them are slightly tilted down, and I think one of them is facing straight up. I think that the landscaping here was my favorite because I wanted it to be nice and lush, but I wanted it to look like it was done on purpose. Like they wanted it to look accidental and like that nature had already done it for them, but really this was very carefully manicured because it is a rental property and they want people to come and stay at their resort and take pretty pictures. It's like free advertising. So that was my thought. I was trying to throw a little bit of realism in there for you, but here is just a mix of some debug, island living, and jungle adventure plants. Jungle adventure plants work really well in Sulani because they are also tropical. And then I just love that low-lying grass. It's so nice. If only we could have something like that for each world that like matched, because obviously that very tall grass doesn't match every single world. It's a little too green. Then off to this side, I thought it would be fun. Added a little bit more vines and also a little pea bush, believe it or not, just in case, because there's only bathrooms in the hotel rooms themselves. So if you come to just visit this lot, I wanted someone to have the ability to go to the bathroom. So there's the pea bush off to the side there, and that one came with Jungle Adventure. Then just adding some outside lighting, these lovely hanging lanterns on the wall that came with Island Living as well, and some more of these torch lights up here in the front. And then I think we're working on the front entryway. I pull out these debug rocks that look like they're sunken into the sand, along with some little guys that are ever so tiny. And then I just went in with terrain paint and I painted everything underneath the rocks. And then I also added some mailboxes, and there's that little statue off to the side. You'll see I pulled that out. I think that that's like the sign for like welcome to our hotel kind of thing. That's what I was imagining. Here's that low leaning palm tree here in the front, and then I think I just add a little bit more tall grass and some more flowers and some more of these like Swiss cheese plant, whatever you want to call them, and some ferns, of course. But that's pretty much it for here. After I do some more terrain paint, it was a lot of fun. I was trying really hard to do a lot of research and look at what a lot of other like Hawaiian or tropical resorts look like, and this is what I came up with. So I hope that it is translated well here. I was a little self-conscious. I almost thought, like, have I been looking at this too long? Does this actually look good? Like, you know what I mean? When you stare at a build for so long, it's just like staring at a word for so long. Did I actually spell that right? And for here, it said, I think this looks good. I don't know, though. Have I been looking at it for too long? Have I been spending too much time on it? Did I do too much? Did I not do enough? I have no idea. It was very stressful, and I couldn't quite figure out if I liked it or not. So I really hope that you like it. Looking back on it now, I do enjoy it. I think it's very cute. And I did have a playtester sim in here just to get the basics done, make sure you could get to all of the facilities, all of the activities I end up putting out. There's also a fire pit embedded in the beach for like the grand meals, and also a little like chubra grill right there for everybody to cook out on, and a little toddler slide and a little kiddie pool right there in the corner. I thought that was just a lovely little addition. Now here is unit number 2. So this unit has a child's or a single bed in it. So you could either be for a child or a teen. Like I said, I anticipated it being for a child, and I add these little dividers here. I do 2 of them to block off the child's area of this space. And then I color the wall with the For Rent pack again, the wallpaper, only this one is the very bright yellow and sunny one. And in the rug category, I pulled out the one from the Little Campers kit, this guy right here. And I just used Tool Mod to size it down ever so slightly. I had to move the bed for a minute so that it would match up. And then we are going to be moving into the living space. And we have the couches again and the chair again from Island Living and the light again from the Desert Luxe kit. And I'm just constantly just dragging and dropping and I drop tooling everything because I was trying to just make everything look as cohesive and hotel-like as possible, just repeating everything. This room has a much bigger and more family-friendly TV area, I think, and then also the curtains in here I finally decided to put down. I do add them to the other room as well. The bathroom is pretty much a complete replica of the other bathroom. I think I just moved it around a little bit because it was obviously backwards and I wanted to give it a slightly different feel, but it's pretty much the same exact bathroom. And same with the little kitchenette over here, same appliances and countertops, just in different swatches. And also this shelf, I kind of go back and forth with the swatch on this shelf. I either went with this reddish one or the brown one, and then I think I decided on this concept right here. I also use the same rug in front of the door, and in the bedroom everything is the same except the bed is more of a greenish tone and the rug is also a greenish tone, so it's the same kind of bedroom just in green instead of blue. And I love this table that came with For Rent paired with these chairs from the Laundry Day stuff. Now over here it's kind of an empty space, so I did throw more of these debug paintings up here, or photos up here on the wall, and just kind of gave it a similar feel. I just kind of angled them. Now this is like their back deck area, so I made sure that everybody had an activity, and we have 2 chess tables, one on either side, as well as a easel right over here. I think I only put 1 easel. Oh, I may have put 2. No, I did put 2. Up here you will see we are going to be working on the bedrooms. So I only showed this one bedroom to completion because I do just copy and paste it over later on. But we have these 2 beds that came with growing together. I just really like the rattan look of them and like the patterns on the bed sheets. I think that it looked tropical enough to pass for a tropical bedroom. So that is where I went with that. And I thought it just, it made more sense not to have 2 giant canopy beds up here, because you don't have that in a normal hotel room. Same thing with the door. I just changed the swatch. And then I was trying to decide what I wanted to do for the walls in here. I used this wood paneling from Island Living and then a repeat of the wallpaper from the dining space downstairs right here. I think I was going to go with just the pink one, and then I went back with pink and green, and I just put that on all of the walls. And then over here in the bedroom, we have carpet underneath the bed area, and then I have wood floor in the entryway. And then what turns into the kitchen ends up having, I think, linoleum flooring. But we are just working on the little entryway here. You'll see I'm drawing another half wall. Really did it with the half walls in this build for sure. But I did build a little half wall here to kind of separate like the entryway and the closet space from the rest of the room. And yes, I do add a closet from Get Together here, and I just close it in. And I think that makes a lot of sense. Almost every hotel room I've ever stayed in has a tiny little like sliding door closet, at least, to hang up your stuff. And then I also gave them a little desk. I was thinking about the burnt wood swatch, but instead I went with this one here. And everything up here has a much darker wood tone than downstairs, so I'm not sure what happened there, but I really liked the way this dark tone looked, so I decided upstairs would have the dark wood tone. And then I pull out this little rug from Jungle Adventure, and then I just kind of layered it on itself. I used 2 of them and squooshed them together a little bit to make it look like there's one single rug. And then I add just the simple laptop, and also there's a clock on the wall because you need a clock in your hotel room, I guess. And then some more spandrels. So here's some more spandrels here. I just had to extend the wall a little bit and then just delete the wall part. And I think it's so cute. There's like a little heart right in the middle. Oh, I just love it. I think I also add some more plants very, very shortly. So here's like the bromeliad plant. I put that here in front of the desk. I kind of struggled a little bit to figure out where I was going to go, but I did decide on right here next to the desk. And then I also pick out one more plant. I think it's just this one from Island Living, the tall kind of fern looking plant. And then I think one more ends up going in the corner along with a little bench after I add the ceiling light. Oh, and the desk light. Right. Almost forgot about the desk light. I use this one from For Rent in the desk. And then we have this bathroom. Now, I do end up separating it. So we have the tub on one side and the shower on the other. And then we have over here is like the toilet and sink area. And I did a double sink or 2 sinks. And over here I put in that little like towel hutch thing from For Rent as well, because I like the way the wood tones matched. But I used the same flooring and the same wall tile from the other bathrooms. And I just tried to keep it nice and cohesive as much as I possibly could. I think it came out really, really cute. And there also ends up being fish lights on the ceiling as well. And of course, some more wall lights. Those wall sconces are from Island Living as well, and I think they're really pretty. And again, I don't get to use them very often, so I was happy to be able to use them. And here are some towels and the painting and also the robes, which I could not figure out where they were going to go, but I think I decided right about here in this corner is where they were going to go. And then we have some soap. It's wall-mounted soap from Snowy Escape. I figured they don't have any backs to the sinks, so the wall-mounted soap made the most sense in here. And also, here's that last plant. So this one's from Eco Living, actually, or Eco Lifestyle. Right next to the little padded ottoman seat, which, again, I just think makes a lot of sense. You'd have a nice big entryway. And then over here, we are working on the kitchen. I do repeat the same furniture from downstairs for the little kitchenette. So the same countertop, same mini fridge, and also the kettle. Then I use the linoleum flooring in here instead of the wood or the carpet because I thought that made the most sense. And I also extended ever so slightly. But yeah, I did add one more countertop because I thought they might need a little tiny bit more space in here, and also so it would fit under the window nicely, at least in this unit. They also have a microwave, which is different than the downstairs unit. And then I added my little threshold fence. I tried 2 different colors at first to see which one I liked better, but I did end up going for the more muted brown tone. And then here you'll see I added a full wall instead of the half wall. I got rid of the half wall, I just put up a full wall. So the bedroom could have a wall-mounted TV and a little tiny like console table type thing underneath it. And I did use this console table from Island Living because I hadn't used it yet, and I thought that this was a great spot for it. So I throw down another table light and a little vase, or not even a vase, like a trophy kind of thing, and also another plant, same plant as the dining tables downstairs. And then more paintings. So I decided on, I believe this one would go right here because the same one from the other bedrooms downstairs, but just slightly smaller than fully sized up. And same thing with this plant, using this one again. And then I think for this room I use these pictures and I just put them above the bed. And also this little tiki guy, there's another one of him downstairs, but I wanted to put him in this room as well. And that's pretty much it. Now the other rooms, the one at the very far end where it's up against a window, obviously the beds have a window behind them instead of those paintings because that just made more sense. But here you'll see a little bit of me copying and pasting. I did have to get rid of the bathrooms first in order to copy and paste them so that I wouldn't have any repeat like lights or windows or whatever. So that was fun. I did have to go and still delete some of the saucer lights because I had missed them, and then I moved the doors over ever so slightly, and I think that it came out really nice. It was pretty simple. I liked the idea of just having like the same layout for every single room and then just copying and pasting. So here's this room here with the windows behind the bed instead, and adding some last minute touches with the lights. I think I also add a painting on the wall behind the kitchenette in the rooms that don't have a window right behind the kitchenette, but I don't think I'm showing that on camera. I might show it like at the very end, but I did want to start working on the back porch areas, the back covered deck areas for these rooms. So I changed the wall trim color, and then I used the same flooring as downstairs, the river rock, or the lava rock, should I say, and then also the same lights, the hanging lights on the walls. And here we have just a little outside bench kind of thing with like a little rolly pillow on the back. I just really enjoy those. And I think I also add a globe bar for your Sims to have a nice little spot to go to make drinks, and an easel for everybody, because like I said, I think that makes the most sense in this case, to have the same activity for all the rooms up here. And actually that room all the way to the left may be the only one with the easel, so they are very lucky. Downstairs it's the same room on that side as well, and adding a little doormat to go outside to the back decks because I thought that was important. And I think that's pretty much it. I did a little bit of work in the outside hallway as well, but it's pretty short, so when you do see it, it'll be really short. Here's a little end table, the same plant, same light from downstairs, and I did the same thing on the other side. And here I am putting those roof decorations back that so rudely left me, and I also changed these swatches to have like the blue frame. And then last things last, I added a trash can to every single room. This is the one from Snowy Escape. I did not want to forget. Also, every single room has a thermostat because, again, I thought that was important. And then every door on the outside has a little mailbox, so that, you know, if you do prolong your stay, you have a spot for your mail. And then just changing up the hallway lights here and just kind of moving around to see what else I got to do. And here I thought I need, first of all, they both need a trash can, and then I needed to do something extra. So I believe I added curtains to the windows in the bedrooms. I used like the long flowy curtains that have the little tie in the middle. I don't know if I showed that on camera or not, but I did do that because I thought that they just need a little bit more luxury to them. But here is the final product. This is the Mua Pel'Am Luxury Resort and is on the Admiral's Wreckage lot in Sulani. It is very expensive, 318,275 simoleons to be exact. Now that is like the lot value. So if you were to just move here to rent, I believe the rooms range from $88 to $96 a period for rent. But I think that it is well worth it. And then you're right on the beach, so can't really beat that price. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun with it. It was very stressful and very challenging. So if you did enjoy it, please be sure to like and subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you would have done differently, or if you'd like to see something else in this world or any other world or any other kind of rental or just regular residential lot. I would be happy to hear it. So I thank you so much for joining me here today. I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.